Yesterday, Donald Trump suggested that perhaps he survived the assassination attempt because God wanted him to save the world. In yesterday's video, I did play a short clip of him saying that, but I wanted to play a little bit of a longer segment to give the context of the question he was asked and how he seems to be connecting the failed assassination attempt with the idea that he is to be the savior of the world. Here's that video.
Have you put much thought into why God saved your life? As in, for what purpose has He been shielding and protecting you?
So, I don't know if you heard the question. You've spoken about God saving your life, that I've spoken passionately about it. And something happened, because that was a miracle. I never looked that way. The audience was massive, and it was in front of me. I never have that particular graph. That was a graph on, as you all know now, that it's very, I think everyone knows it very well, but it showed the great numbers on illegal immigration. It was the lowest point we've ever had. And it was one that I use less than 20% of the time. It's always at the end of the speech, not at the beginning of the speech. And it's always on the left side, not the right side. And yet, for some reason, I called it. It's not on a teleprompter. I do things largely without a teleprompter, frankly, because it's hard to hold an audience if you're going to go for an hour and a half or 2 hours reading a script. And I just talked about it, and I moved to my right, turned sharply to my right, ping. And if I didn't do that, I'm not here with you. So, yeah, God has something to do with it. It's a miracle, and God had something to do with it. And maybe it's we want to save the world. This world is going down. This world is going down.
I'm going to stop it right there, as the crowd strangely cheered when Trump said that the world is going down. And that's the idea of him being savior of the world is what they were cheering about. But as this video demonstrated, Donald Trump is now 99% of the way toward proclaiming himself as savior of the world. And that would be a specific fulfillment of Bible prophecy, which talks about how the Antichrist will claim to be God, because the Savior of the world is Jesus, and Jesus is God. But for those who have ruled out Donald Trump as possibly being the Antichrist because he has yet to proclaim himself to be God, he is now 99% of the way towards doing that. And it's not just the fact that Trump is at the edge of proclaiming himself to be God, it's that he already matches the other biblical descriptions for the Antichrist. Donald Trump has already portrayed himself as savior of America, and now, apparently, he now sees himself as being chosen by God to save the world. How much more evidence do you need that this man is the Antichrist?